Okay, what's up guys, welcome back to another SP Videos tutorial from SP Vids. Hope you've been enjoying the content I've been putting out. If you've got any requests, etc., that's awesome. Just leave me a comment, or just go, I think you can go to the channel and leave a comment there. If not, just leave a comment on the video and I'll give you a reply. Because I'm just trying to sort of do stuff which I think you want to know about at the moment, but I'm just kind of guessing, so if there's stuff you specifically want to learn about, just leave a comment and I'll do a video helping you out. So in this video, what I'm going to tell you about is the DJFX Looper and how to use it, how to become an absolute Jedi at it. I had a bit of trouble getting to grips with this one, but after figuring out a few things with it, I've found now that this is probably my favourite effects that's built into the Roland SP, and you'll notice that people use this all the time in their beats, so this is definitely one to get nailed, and I'm going to talk you through how to do it now. So first off, the thing that you need is a full track recorded into your SP, or just a loop that loops seamlessly. So I was working with this sample today. I've got this beat. So that's just a loop that loops perfectly. I've figured out the start and end points, so it does that. And yeah, so first of all, I'm just going to show you some of the stuff I can do with the DJ Looper, and hopefully that will show you if you want to learn how to do that. And if you think it sounds naff, then you can just forget this video and go and do something else. But I'll show you what I do with it and how I use it, and then you can decide whether you want to watch the rest of the tutorial. So I'll just do a little demo now. Okay, so as you can see there, I messed around with a few of the parameters, but mainly just the length of the sample, the length of the effect, which is with the first control knob. As you can see, it says len, or length. And so yeah, I'll talk you through. First of all, what you want to do is get the dials set up for how you want them before you press the button. This is just something that I always do, and it's kind of a good habit to get into, especially if you're playing live, because you don't want to be triggering buttons and effects and they're already doing something and it's not what you want it to sound like. So it's a good habit to get into. So this is the way I set things up, and I'll just explain there's a reason for some of it. Some of it's just personal preference, but some of it is for a reason. So first of all, control 1, that's just the length of sort of how much it takes and repeats. So that's longer and that's less, shorter, sorry. So I usually have mine set to 3 o'clock. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the tempo of the beats that I've been doing recently, but that always seems to be like a good sort of length, so I always have mine set to 3 o'clock. This dial is the tricky dial because, well, it's not tricky, but it's weird in the way it behaves, because as you can see, it's asking you, do you want to go into reverse, basically, or do you want to go just in normal sort of time, like going forwards? I don't know, it's hard to explain, but if you play with it on your SP, you'll understand what I mean. That'll loop it backwards, this will loop it forwards. So a strange thing about this is, unless you have this on 1, which is basically saying, I don't want you to change the sound of the sample at all when you're repeating it, when you're looping it. You basically, you have to have it on 1, and if you don't, it will automatically trigger when you press the DJ Looper button. And I'll just show you what I mean here. So there it is on 1, and it didn't make any difference to the sound of the sample, so you can't really tell that you're turning it on. But if I have that on any other setting, you'll see now that it will automatically trigger. Okay, so you get the idea with that. Any other sort of speed or whatever this dial's asking you for, if it's not on 1, it will automatically trigger. So the way I always set that up is on 1, because I want to be able to turn this on and it not automatically trigger straight away. And what I want to be able to do is control it with the third dial, which is off and on. So this is where I want to be controlling it. So I want it to be off, and then when I want to use it, I want to go on, off, really quick like that. So I'll make sure this is on, off, and I always adjust that slightly and make sure it's saying off before I press it. Make sure it's in the off position. And then what that gives you the luxury of doing is you've got the sample running, and you can just hear it, and it's running along nicely, and then you can just quickly turn it off and on. So I'll just show you quickly again. Okay, so there you go. It's a pretty seamless sound if you follow those pretty basic instructions, but it's a bit quirky, this middle dial, so you have to be careful with that one. Make sure it's on 1, and that's the general setup for it. In terms of actually using it in a live performance, my main tips are just try and keep the loop sort of in time with the record. That's the way you're going to make it sound sort of dialed. So you want it to be, as I say, you just want it to be in time with the record, with the beat that you're playing at the time. So as I was saying, the length comes into play there. I tend to find, like I was saying, 3 o'clock always seems to work pretty well. I don't know if it's just my beats, but try and think about what sound it's going to make before you trigger that, when you're going to start and stop it, what sound you want it to make, and that makes it sound a lot more sort of rehearsed and practiced. So I think that's about it really for the DJFX Looper. It is one of the best effects on here, I think, and you'll hear it in pretty much every single lo-fi beat coming out of these machines. I don't know if this is the same for the SP404 or the older generations, but the SP, this is the way that I would recommend setting it up so it's ready. And yeah, just go and have fun with it, guys. I mean, the best way to learn is just to hop on, get a loop or a track recorded into your SP and just play around with it, and you'll start to get it. But the most important thing, I think, is having this on 1 and having this off when you trigger the DJFX Looper, and then you've got the freedom to just turn it off and on with the control number 3. So that's it really, guys, for this tutorial. If you have any suggestions that you want to see tutorials for on the SP, please just hit me up. I've been requested to do one about sidechaining, which I'm looking into at the moment. It's not something you can do out of the box with this, but I reckon there is a workaround which I've come up with, and I'm going to be doing that very soon. Apart from that, please subscribe if you haven't already. As I've been saying now for the past couple of videos, I've got loads of stuff coming up on this channel. There's beat tapes coming out, there's volumes 1 and 2 are already out. I'm going to be trying to do them every week, so they usually end up being about 20-25 minutes, but there's some really good stuff in there to listen to. Not all my stuff, just stuff that I'm finding on SoundCloud and really enjoying, so sharing that with you guys as well. More tutorials will be coming. Don't really know what I'm doing the MPC at the moment. That's probably going to take a bit of a back seat because I'm really enjoying doing the stuff with the SP, and I'm enjoying doing my beats as well, which, as you will have noticed, they're also going on the channel as well. So if you can check them out and give them a thumbs up and whatever, or offer some feedback, that'd be great. So yeah, see you soon, guys. That's it for this one. I'll be back very shortly. Take it easy.